with is a capitalist system that we have that has made it so all the biggest and most important inventions of the 20th century are being kept a secret. How do you wind up with that? That's pretty dumb. That's pretty dumb. Anybody tries to invent anything or release any new major inventions of any kind or new ideas, it's a conspiracy, or it's what else would they call it? I think it's mostly just a conspiracy. If you try to if you invent something, everything is just being released slowly according to who can control it. Like rocketry was fought over for so many years, and apparently Elon Musk was allowed to do it. But I mean, what Elon Musk is doing with SpaceX is primitive technology that we don't need anymore. We have stuff that is better than rockets, but they fought over like patents over rocketry for like decades and decades. And so we're sitting around for about a century with no technological updates because, money and capitalism. That's why. So, and the Republican Party, that's what it's all about. And this is the history of the Republican Party while I'm making coffee. And so the last Republican in the early 1800s was John Adams' son. So we talked about George Washington didn't subscribe to a party. He was called a Federalist. And I'm not so sure he ever said he was a Federalist. He was called a Federalist. But we know that, after his third term, he tried to make it clear that he was not a Federalist. And then John Adams was labeled a Federalist. And, which is, I'm not really sure the Federalists were all that great, but John Adams definitely had better ideas than any of the other guys. Like, he was more of a, negotiate things peacefully instead of trying to start a war. Whereas Thomas Jefferson, he created our Navy. That's where our Navy was created, under Thomas Jefferson. And the point was to fight the pirates, because that was the problem back then. Was pirates. Like, we're trying to trade with Europe, and pirates would just take our shit. That was our biggest problem, trading. It wasn't our problem, it was wealthy people's problem. They're trying to trade and make a lot of money, and pirates are taking our shit. And John Adams was like, well, we could just give them a small percentage. If we give John Adams worked it out, so it's like, if we give the pirates 1%, I don't remember if 1% or 10% or whatever.